It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleague. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. One of the guys to watch tonight, Monte Ellis, such an explosive player at times, really dangerous when the fourth quarter rolls around, Shaq.
Yeah, Ellis, a.k.a. Baby AI, still has the speed to force defenders off of him. He's improved in the mid-range game also, but he can punish teams.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the Indiana Pacers defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team. For Monte Ellis, and it's Williams in for Hill, and then for Boston. Doherty's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Smart comes in for Bradley. And Dub subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. On the court for the Celtics, Dub in at point guard. Doherty out there with Jared Sullinger. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from Dub. Pacers trail by 3. Williams kicks to Hill. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Stuckey's got his first 3 points of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Sullinger, a screen on Williams. Here's Crowder. Pacers with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. Lee's checked in for Boston. He hits the second from the line. Indiana trailing here. And here is Williams, who's coming off a 25-point game against New York. Allen with the screen for Williams. Feeds it to Allen. Outside Williams. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Smart.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that.
Now Stuckey. A 14-point game for him in the win against New York.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Celtics. And here's Freak on the importance of preparing for games.
In my opinion, of course, just in my opinion, you can never practice enough. You know, even though I've been playing ball my whole life, I'm always finding ways to improve. Putting up jumpers, working on defensive schemes. Our coaching staff helps us practice all kinds of game situations so that when the time comes, we'll be prepared.
You know, Clark, is there anyone that really doubts the importance of practice?
No, not at all. I mean, shown that he's willing to come early and stay late. And you can see the fruit of that labor in his game.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate them.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Celtics, Dub, he's in at the point. Bradley is out there with David Lee. Then it's Tyler Zeller, and it's Smart in at the 2. Thomas checked in for Smart. The Pacers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
Lee passes to Dub. Zeller, a screen on Ellis. Passes it to Zeller. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And for the Pacers, they're shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. Hill dishes to Hill. Hill against Lee. The drive by Hill. It's Ellis on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists in the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Thomas up top. He's guarded by Hill. Hill against Thomas. And he lays it straight in. Thomas got 7 points.
That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, he's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Ellis kicks to George. Again, Indiana.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Austin making a switch here. Sullinger's Here's Thomas. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Sullinger with the bucket.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Hill passes to Turner. Pick up by Hill. Turner dishes to Ellis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's going to be on Freak.
What a game for Ellis. He's got 14 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
And the Celtics making a change here. Olynyk's checked in.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Dub. He's guarded by Ellis. Dub, the pass to Olynyk. And Turner with the block. Hill kicks to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Here's Bradley. Another shot, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Hill dishes to Turner. Pick up by Hill. Here's George. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. Bradley against Ellis. And Sullinger kicks to Olynyk. Banked in off the glass. And now a 3-point Celtic lead. The Pacers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Ellis, that's good.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Thomas kicks to Sullinger. And he gets it to go. Zellinger's got 18 points in the game.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
On the pass to George. And again, it's Indiana converting.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Bradley with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas. And Zellinger kicks to Thomas. Olenek sets a screen for Thomas. He used that pick just right. 9 points in the game so far.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor.
So an entirely new grouping now for Indiana. Allen's checked in.
Post. Rotate over.
And the first half comes to a conclusion.
Well, David, obviously a very strong.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. And the Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in, and a change for the Celtics. Dubs checked in for Thomas. Ellis is out there with George Hill. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Allen. And it's Hill in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Ellis. No good. And it's Boston the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, and listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. There's the screen. Pick up by Hill. The try by Ellis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's on Jared Sullinger. Pacers have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far. And the first one at the line is good. And Ellis drops them both. And the Celtics with possession here. 3-point lead. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Dub the pass to Sullinger. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Sullinger's got 20 points.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Sure. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And here's a look at the stats for Hill. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And it's Williams in for George Hill. It's tipped. Picked by Zeller. Smart dishes to Crowder. Lee, a screen on George. Just 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Dub. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Stuckey with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Stuckey kicks to George. Shot from 16. David Lee comes up with the rebound. Celtics leading by 3. Smart passes to Lee. Outer dishes to Zeller. He feeds it to Crowder. Zeller, a screen on George. Fires from 18, but they recover it. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Rodney Stuckey. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
And so Zeller nails both of them.
Some good play tonight for Zeller. 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And George kicks to Hill. Stuckey left side. 6 to shoot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 6th in fast break points, 11th in field goal percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in fewest turnovers. Not bad, but certainly they'd like to be better.
You know, the fans love their up-tempo attack, though, and they love to get out in transition. So those quick-hitting baskets really gave their offense, I thought, a boost.
First checked in for Lavoy Allen. Doherty's checked in for Boston.
All right, fans, that was your Pacemates. Let's let them know how great they were and make some noise.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. Doherty, the screen. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
On the floor for Boston. Dub in at shooting guard. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Doherty. Then it's Thomas. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Outside Williams. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of Jared Sullinger. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled. And folks, that'll wrap it up for today.
Guys, huddle up. We're going to run 35 for a while. Let's go. Okay, everyone, we obviously need to be better in the open court with the ball. Let's set up in 63. All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently. The coaching staff will be around if you need anything.
want to get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset the Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Celtics in Boston. Looking at Boston, the season hasn't started the way they had expected it to and have come up against some very difficult matchups. Still plenty of time, of course, to make adjustments, and tonight's game will be another opportunity to try to build that confidence this team needs. Well, Boston had been in a bit of a rebuild since the end of the days of the Big Three. Last season, they got back into the postseason.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. In for Avery Bradley, and Dubs subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. On the floor for Detroit, Aaron Baines out there with Jason Smith. Then it's Johnson, then there's Jackson, and it's Morris in at the small forward. Olynyk the pass to Dub. 5 on the clock. Here's Crowder. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Indiana Pacers.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
They set the pick. Here's Dub, and that one is hammered home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
It's blocked, but they'll get another chance. Outside Jackson. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that. Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Dub the pass to Olynyk, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Jackson gets the bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Dub, guarded by Jackson. Dishes to Doherty. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Pistons have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. That's good from Jackson. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Here's Smart. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Lee comes in for Sullinger. Marcus Smart's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Dubs subbed in for Thomas. And a different look here for the Pistons. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Ilyasova. Johnson, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Jackson in for Jody Meeks. On the court for the Pistons, Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Jason Smith is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. The Pistons have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Now here's Jennings. He's guarded closely to the middle. Johnson dishes to Morris. And he gets it to go. Morris has got his first bucket of the night.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
Doherty with the screen on Johnson. They grab their own miss. Doherty the pass to Dub. Back to Doherty. Doherty with the screen on Jennings. Bradley kicks to Doherty. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Detroit's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Jennings dishes to Morris. 1:14 left here in the second. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Boston trailing. Dub the pass to Lee. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Olenek, he's checked in for Boston. And Detroit with a change here, too. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Kicks to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson, that's for 2. And it's Johnson again missing. Here's Bradley, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Bradley's got 10 points. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Now here's Jackson. Defense is right there. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Olenek. Here's Dub. And a pretty tightly kick. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back. Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Doherty, he's checked in for Zeller. Lee comes in for Jared Sullinger. Marcus March checked in for Avery Bradley. And Dub subbed in for Thomas. Dub in at point guard. Jay Crowder out there with David Lee. Then there's Smart. And it's Doherty in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Boston 5.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Here's Lee and the rejection by Smith. Jackson with it. 11 points in the game. 1:53 left in the third quarter of the game. Morris kicks to Baines. Johnson goes in. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for David Lee. There's 1:34 left in the third. Here's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
It's tipped. And here's Smith. trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Pass to Jackson. Johnson dishes to Jackson. Lots of room. A second chance effort. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And checking out some numbers for Reggie Jackson. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 13 points per, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And the Pistons making a change here. Porter's checked in. There's 37 seconds left in the third. Now here's Crowder. He's guarded by Johnson. Crowder, the pass to Olynyk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. No good from Dub. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against New York.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Here's Crowder, and that's not going to go. The points coming in bunches. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Pistons trailed by 5. On the court for the Pistons, Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Ilyasova out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Porter in at the small forward. Jennings kicks to Drummond. He got right to the cup using that screen. Drummond's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Detroit. There's the pass to Zeller. And it's sent back by Drummond. Meeks dishes to Porter from 13, and the shot is long.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Thomas kicks to Bradley. Sullinger right side. Passes it to Dub. Ball's knocked loose. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Outside Jennings. Pass to Drummond. Shot is off. Good D by Sullinger. And that one's good. Drummond.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's Dub, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Boston.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Now, Meeks. Outside Jennings. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. Ilyasova can't hit.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Thomas against Jennings. Ilyasova passes to Porter. Pulls up, high post, and they're going to count the bucket. So we see Boston get the win here. Probably a little closer.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Avery Bradley.
there. Ooh.
Season premiere episode of NBA 2K TV. Your favorite community members fill you in on all the new and exciting features of NBA 2K16. We debut NBA 2K TV Interactive and the reigning MVP and 2K16 cover athlete. Some shooting tips. Tune in now.
We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Well, for the Clippers, they've been on top of their game from the opening tip of the new season. Each time out, they seem to be refining their approach and getting more confident as a unit. They've got to feel good about how things are starting to take shape. All right, looking at Jared Sullinger. Came into the league, and most thought he would just be a role player, but Kenny, he showed.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Los Angeles Clippers.
And it's the Clippers coming in from out of town for this one. An interconference game today. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Griffin against Lee. Redick inside the line. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Dishes it to Crowder. Doherty the screen. Crowder the pass to Doherty. Shot clock at 5. The Celtics need to get a shot off, and a wide open look for Lee. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Boston making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. .34 seconds left to play in the first. The dish to Crowder. Now the feed to Smart. Dub the pass to Olynyk. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Sloan. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kicks to Griffin. 1 second left. Tie. And a word from Chris Paul, who has a little something to say about the success of a very...
Blake.
And of course, we know that Blake would say the exact same thing about Chris Paul. Chris and Blake Griffin share so much in common when it comes to being the hardcore Clippers their owner brags about all the time.
And you think about it, Chris Paul is not easily impressed, nor is Doc Rivers, for that matter, but both of these guys have praised Griffin for how hard he's worked and how far he's come in his career.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
The big men are Sullinger and Olynyk. Dub is out there with Thomas. And it's Bradley in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Detroit Pistons.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Paul outside. Can't get it to go. Now Boston takes it the other way. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And this is the first of 2 games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchups we don't get to see that often. Well, I'll be watching this one closely. Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
All right, man, let's get up. Let's get
It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago.
On the offensive side of the ball, I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
Celtics making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. It's his first trip to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
And that one misses.
At the line for the Celtics, Tyler Zeller will be at the line shooting 2.
That one misses.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
From 12 feet out. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. It's Bradley on the wing. Pass to Dub. Passes it to Zeller. The 10-footer finds the target. Zeller's got 6 points. Los Angeles leading by 3. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Sullinger. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Crawford, no luck. Celtics trail by 3. Outside Brent. The 3. Here's Zeller. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Zeller against Pierce. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And when he gets an opening like that, he is going to take advantage.
Outside Brantley. Zeller setting the pick for Brantley. Here's Tubb. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Paul. Crawford kicks to Paul. It's stolen by Bradley. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Sullinger the screen. Dub the pass to Sullinger. From 12 feet out. And he gets it to go. Sullinger's got 10 points in the game. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Reddick with a screen on Thomas. The pass to Reddick. Beyond the arc. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Boy, he's really starting to get in the flow now. A nice groove. That's his second here in the quarter, after none in the first.
Pass to Sullinger. A minute 50 left in the first half. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter, after only making 40% from the field in the first.
Thomas dishes to Bradley. Feeds to Sullinger. Fades back. And that one's good. Sullinger's got 12.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second. Ball
against Thomas. Paul kicks to Pierce. To the inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, one other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Doherty's checked in for Zeller. Lee comes in for Sullinger. Jay Crowder's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And taken away by Paul. Jordan the screen. Paul goes in. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Again, Los Angeles.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Got it off in time and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we finished one.
Yes, Kevin,
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Jared Sullinger, what a contribution.
And he really just...
Going with almost an entire new group here. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lee comes in for Sullinger. Marcus Smart's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Dubs subbed in for Thomas. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Boozer comes in for Paul Pierce. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Chris Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Kevin Seraphin, Donald Sloan out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Carlos Boozer. And it's Griffin in at the 4. Good on the second free throw. For Los Angeles, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. He kicks to Sloan. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And slam dunk by Smart.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really, all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
They set the pick. Here's Sloan. Off target from outside.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
Out to the right wing. Boozer kicks to Griffin. 11 feet away. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Griffin's got 6 in the quarter.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
There's a minute left here in the third quarter. Dove the pass to Lee.
Kevin, well, look here at last year in the NBA where the Clippers ranked. First in assists, first in field goal percentage, and they were also number 1 in fewest turnovers. When you take care of the ball, you give your team a chance to win.
And back to those assist numbers. I mean, they were maybe the most enjoyable team to watch in the league last season. Just the way they moved the ball, the fluidity with which they operated.
Doherty, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Lee passes to Dub. Lee, a screen on Redick. A shot by Crowder, no good. The Clippers trail. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And Sloan kicks to Redick. It's good from long range. Redick's got 13 points. Boston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Picked by Lee. Dishes it to Crowder. With 1 on the clock. And no good trying to get that one. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far. New group in for the Celtics. Doherty's checked in for Zeller. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Sullinger. Jay Crowder's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Dubs subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And then for Los Angeles, Carlos Boozer's checked in for Jordan. Redick comes in for Paul Pierce. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Dub in at point guard. Jay Crowder out there with Olynyk. Then there's Smart. And it's Doherty in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And he uses the glass on the layup. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Sloan. Paul outside. Off with the layup. Smart misses.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful.
Hey, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Blake Griffin.
Listen up. We're good, but we could be better on the defensive end. Set it up. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, the film room is new.